Hey everyone, Shaedow here, and welcome to another Marvel Contest for Champions video. So in this video we're going to go through the epic difficulty of the Uncanny Danger Room event. You remember all of those passes you've been collecting over the past few days doing the danger rooms? Well, now is the time to use them. You can see the rewards that we get for hitting all of the milestones. Now, I want to warn you guys that this is currently bugged, and you'll see it in this video. So what I did was I went through the epic difficulty once, then I went and checked the milestone that I reached, and I even checked to see how many points, and you're not going to reach all of the milestones even if you do all of the difficulties. So I'm thinking, well, this is why we have all of those passes, why we collected all of them. Clearly you are meant to run the epic room twice, or maybe 3 times, however many you need, or run the lower ones a lot more, whatever you need to do in order to get the milestones. That just made sense to me. So since I was completing the most difficult one, I said, well, let me go ahead and do that one again. That should get me, you know, all of my milestones. But that's not what happened. You get no points, no rewards for doing it again. I did not know that when I went ahead and did this twice, and you'll see it. Kabam Mike on the forums has confirmed that this is a bug, and he has asked everyone, if you have not already done this event, hold off on doing it while they come up with a fix. And they're going to have to compensate, of course, everybody that went ahead and did it and didn't get any rewards at all. Alright, so as far as difficulty goes, this was pretty straightforward up until Emma Frost. I was not happy to see her again. I thought I was done seeing her when I went through uncollected mode and master mode and heroic mode, but apparently not. At least you can use your strongest champions against her in this one. Now, this first try, I'm going to tell you right now, I wasn't really taking it seriously, and I was trying to use other champions than I knew I could take her out with. Because after having gone through all of those difficulties with her, I'm much better now than I was when I first went after her. But I still needed a little warm-up time. So for this first event, you'll see me go ahead and go through several champions, ones that I did not use when I went through exploration. Alright, so the champions that I really brought in here to take her down with, and what I used in the exploration, were Medusa and Spider-Man Stark Enhanced. Those two I know I can take her down with. So just for fun, I wanted to see how well I could do using some of the other champions that I brought. And this Emma Frost is actually easier than the uncollected Emma Frost. This one doesn't do as much damage. Like right there, if that had been uncollected, that may have taken me out completely. And if it didn't, it would have been very, very close. So she doesn't do as much damage as that uncollected version, which makes this fight a lot less stressful. Alright, so I'm just basically going in here. If you'll notice there, I was trying something out because I saw someone do that. I always try to evade her special one, but you can block her special one. Don't ask me what happened there. Don't know. But you can actually block her special one rather than trying to deal with the inverted controls and evade it. So because she doesn't do a whole lot of damage, that's actually a pretty viable tactic. Alright, so down went Star-Lord. I should have been able to take her out with him, but whatever. So I went in with Void, and I'm thinking, let's see how much damage over time I could do. And you know, the fight goes, you know, fairly decently, and I do a mix of evading like you see there, and I also block a few times as well. And Void, you know, chips away at her damage pretty decently. After Void, I go ahead and take in Hyperion. And Hyperion, when I was doing exploration, I didn't do very well with Hyperion. But Hyperion surprised me in this one. I got the rhythm down pretty well, and I started using his special 1 attack a lot more. And what was surprising, and you guys will see it, is that she came out of her diamond form and she didn't go back into her diamond form, and I kept watching, and she didn't go back in while she had that incinerate on her. And that kind of surprised me, because I was expecting her to go back into it, but she didn't. So I'm like, ooh, maybe that's something. Right there you saw I pushed her to her L2, and I do not know how to evade her L2 properly. It's a slightly different timing. So I just blocked it. Alright, so that's what you're going to see for the rest of this particular attempt. Then, after this attempt, I go back in and do it a second time. Now, this second time, I'm not playing with her, and I went ahead and used my Spider-Man Stark Enhanced. And you guys will then see what I'm capable of against this Emmer Frost. So, enjoy the rest of the video, and remember the warning, do not do this twice. You'll see what I got at the end of doing this twice. You'll see the milestone, it didn't change. Alright, so enjoy the rest of the video. Hopefully I caught you guys in time and prevented you from doing this a second time and pretty much wasting your time, because I'm sure Kabam is going to do something to compensate. But if you had a really hard time and you used revives in order to get her down both times, I don't know whether they're going to do anything, and honestly I wouldn't trust them to compensate me for that. So just don't do it. And for me, all it cost me was some energy. Alright, so 2 things I want to mention, and it may help you guys out. She comes out of her diamond form when she has more power than you do. Alright, so right now she has more power than I do, so you can see she's not in her diamond form. If you have any type of damage over time on her, that's the time to let it go ahead and tick out a little bit. She caught me there, but you see how much damage his Incinerate is doing, and she still has more power than I do. So I'm backing away right now. Alright, so now I'm going to reapply it. Okay, she still has more power than I do, so she's not in her diamond form, and the Incinerate is just eating her up, and it's over with. Alright, so hopefully that'll help you guys when you're facing her. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm not going to make you guys sit through the other fights, but I'm going to skip ahead to the last fight so you guys can see what I was able to do there. But first, I want you to see that, you know, I got up to 7,500 milestones, so remember that, okay? And you can see how many points you get for completing. So since we have a ton of those tokens, I'm thinking, sure, I need to go back in and do it again, okay? So we're going to fast forward real quick here and go right to the boss fight.
Okay. You've made a mistake saying I cannot run this race. It's playtime, I'm gonna crush your face. This is not a phase. Hey guys, I know you feel that bass. Roll with that until you see my face. Rising from a thick layer of fog at midnight. There's a time and a place to kill it. I spill it, leak documents from a flaming tongue. Rappers acting so saintly when not long ago you were baking, cuz. And now they catch the aroma. Wonder what the kid is baking up. Add a little secret ingredient they're needing is something for waking up. My flow is caffeine and I'm the black king of spades. Among smaller cards and that scream you hear is mad heat. I am the daddy of cracking the bones of the flashiest chic. No given as I grow up in a robust prison. Everything I think I need is already given. For some reason I am hardly living. Physical needs are what can't be controlled. Give a kid candy, take away his soul. Can't tell the difference between hot and cold. My senses are dipped and I'm sold. But as the credits start to roll.
And that is how you do it with Spider-Man Stark in hand. When I was fully exploring uncollected mode, he was a beast. Alright, so you're going to see here, no rewards. Okay, and we're going to take a look at the milestones. And you'll see, if you'll remember what our milestone was before, it has not changed. Alright, so no point in doing this twice. And you guys have a blessed day.